Rainy Thursday morning, and the rain sort of fits our moods, I think. It's been a very difficult, troubling week, and frankly, longer than that. It's been a tough year, but yesterday's events do stick in our minds and hearts. And uh, as a pastor, when you come to church on Sunday morning, we will pray for all of these things together. And the best way I know to do that is to ask you to pray, as we do each week. We'll have a time at the end of the sermon where you're invited to reflect, call on God to help in these difficult days, and I know you will. I'll offer a couple of words of encouragement and certainly some suggestions as you pray that I think are based on what Jesus calls us to be, but our prayers are really the most important thing, and listening to what God wants us to be and do right now. The sermon on Sunday will continue the thoughts that I've been stringing together on awaking and seeing God, resurrection, epiphany. Am I seeing what God wants me to be and do in my life? The story on Sunday is one that I enjoy. It's a great story in Acts, and there are so many in Acts. This is the story of the boy named Eutychus who falls asleep in church. Paul drones on and on. We know that from the way that Luke describes this. He preached a long time. And the boy fell asleep. And he happened to be sitting apparently in a window that was upstairs and fell out of the window and was believed to be dead. Such a strange story. The boy's name, Eutychus, I have discovered, translates into the word lucky, what we would call lucky. And isn't it lucky that someone who was asleep was raised to be awake again? Resurrection is an important theme in the Bible, but it's not just about the dead physically. It is also what should happen to us regularly when we come to church, even when we're sleepy, even when we don't want to be awakened to what is new and fresh and, yes, changing of what God wants us to do. Real resurrection happens when the people of God awaken, respond, and discover the joy of being alive again. Now, people sleep in church, so if you're one of those, the preacher's not targeting you. It happens. People have conditions that make them sleepy, the warm room, we didn't get enough rest, whatever. So the sermon won't be poking fun at that. Last week I teased you, or a couple of weeks ago, and said the preacher's a little bit like Santa Claus. He sees you when you're sleeping. That's in fun. Don't be uncomfortable with this, because the spiritual theme of this outweighs anything we might feel physically. What a wonderful thing it would be for us all to come to church on Sunday morning with all of our sleepy eyes and our heavy hearts and become alive again to the goodness of God and have faith in what He can do in us and through us. I hope to see you Sunday. Again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this time of COVID is frightening. For those of you who do not feel comfortable coming, you're part of the church. You stay right where you are. This is why we're producing the virtual worship. If you feel comfortable, it is appreciated if you will wear a mask, because that helps everyone else to feel comfortable. No one can make you do that, but I highly encourage that right now. We've been fortunate in our area that we have not seen the ramping up of COVID that some areas are seeing right now. But I still think we need to respect the possibility of that, and I know you'll do that. Bless you. I hope you have a good week, and I hope to see you on Sunday.